Dan.
Edie.
I got a question, man.
Yeah, fire away.
It's not where Chris is, because this is completely my fault today, but we'll get to that later.
Right, we will.
Are you drinking this week after your bachelor party?
There was a lot of consideration put into it. Brews Day, the tradition of Brews Day, a tradition unlike any other as we head into Masters weekend. Coming off of a absolutely wild and 4-day drinking binger from my bachelor party. And not only that, but considering that 1 week from today, which is Wednesday when we're recording, I will be in Los Angeles with you, making my triumphant return to the greatest city in the world, frankly, for a wild Coachella trip, week-long trip there, which there will be plenty of alcohol consumed. So the short answer is no. Can't do it.
Oh, man. Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like I should be drinking just to keep it going.
Right.
But like, I literally can't drink this week.
That's a good point. That sometimes is the best way to go. But like maybe 5-10 years ago, that was the best way to go. I feel like now we do need a little bit of recovery to check in with the body and be like, hey, we're still here. Don't worry. We're not falling off the rails. Here's a little break for you. And we'll hop back on it. Hop back on it. So,
yeah, it was such a great bachelor party. Shouts to Jenkins, by the way, because he planned that thing so much better than I planned Chris's. And like, I said that to everybody there because basically everyone there was at Chris's and they're all plotting Jenkins. I was like, guys, you can say it. Like, I sent out 3 emails, like the place, pay me 1 time, pay me the 2nd time, see you in Ocean City. We're done here.
Yeah.
But yeah, in a place that like basically no one had been for the majority of the people. I hadn't been in 10 years. I know a couple people had been there like 1 time when they were younger or something. But yeah, great bachelor party. Do you want to do it again?
The whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing. Just want to do it again?
I'm in. I'm absolutely in.
Sounds good. That's what we're going to do. What's up, you guys? It is the Brunch Breakdown. It's Didi out here in Los Angeles. Dan is in Pittsburgh, and Chris is in Pittsburgh eating dinner with his family right now. He might join us. We're not sure. He might join us. If he doesn't, you can blame me. All right, today on the show, we've got all of our favorites, and we're going to be talking about these robots that are controlling fast food. I can't wait to find out about this. That's going to be fun. And we've got some brunch court items. We've got what we're listening to. And since we are skipping Brews Day, I'm not going to skip you, Dan. Tell everybody where they can find the Brunch Breakdown that has been on a little bit of a hiatus. And we've got some changes coming, but we'll talk about all that later.
We do. All good stuff. But of course, I'll keep the regular spiel as I do each and every week. Where can you find the Brunch Breakdown? Everywhere. Simple as it gets. Everywhere. Apple, Spotify, Google, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Audible. If you hear any of your favorites there, that's clearly where you can find us. And anywhere we didn't list, you can also find us. Brand new episodes coming your way just about every Thursday. Just about every Thursday, new episodes coming your way. Hit follow, hit subscribe. Let those episodes be ready for you whenever you want them. First thing in the morning, they are live and ready to go. Full video episodes also available every Thursday on our YouTube page and our Facebook page. Those premiere, of course, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, and available on demand anytime you want to check those out as well. Of course, we're everywhere on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Triller, TikTok, all the above. At Brunch Breakdown, find us there. You follow us, we follow you back. And last but certainly not least, the Sounds of Brunch. We give you what we're listening to each and every week. We put that together in a beautiful playlist that's ready just about every Friday on Spotify. We work hard to make sure we get that ready, at least for your weekend. Sounds of Brunch exclusively on Spotify.
Just about. Oh, man. All right. Well, since we're skipping Brews Day, we'll be back to drinking beers in a couple weeks. But let's get some topics off our chest. Dan, what is on your mind today, sir?
Well, let's go with the topic at hand. It's hard for me to have anything to complain about over the past 2 weeks, to be honest with you. So this is more of a toast of what, this is water that I've got here today, but a toast to the wonderful city of Charleston, South Carolina, and how they treated our group of Yinzer / Ohio / everywhere throughout the country boys, and just with open arms welcomed us in. It's an absolutely amazing city. Like you said, Didi, not most people had not been there, or at least hadn't been there in a very long time. So that was a little bit of a challenge to plan from a distance and figure everything out. And we chose Charleston. We've kind of gone over the planning process with this bachelor party over the past 2 years on this podcast. And we chose it notably because I wanted to go somewhere warm, somewhere I hadn't been before, and somewhere that was walkable because we had 16 people. So we couldn't necessarily worry about transportation everywhere we needed to go. But the city was amazing. The people there, the local people there were amazing as well. And of course, the weather was, again, just to reiterate, a special shout out to friend of the program, the legend, Jenkins, our man, for putting this all together, figuring out how to get 16 people in one spot, make sure everybody has a bed, make sure everybody was paid. Just a great stress-free, fun weekend. And it literally could not have gone any better. It was a blast. I hope everybody has much of a good time as I did. If you follow any of us on social media, you got some glimpses of some photos along the way. The boat ride was amazing. We chartered this private tiki boat that had this like bar in it, and we get to basically play whatever music we want. Captain Ian, he's the man, his first mate. Those dudes were awesome. Charleston, you're wonderful. I hope to be back one day, someday. It was just an amazing experience. I have the greatest collection of friends on this planet. I am telling you that. I already knew that, and it was reiterated this past weekend. So thank you. Thank you, Didi. Thank you, all you boys. Shouts to Jenkins, and a toast to Charleston.
It's beautiful.
Here there.
Beautiful. Man. But yeah, dude, I love Charleston, man. It was just one of those funny things where it's like, I hadn't been there in 10 years, and like, I've changed a lot in 10 years.
Sure.
So it's very interesting when you go to a place that like you loved 10 years ago, and you're like, I don't know if I'll love it again. And I loved it for all the same reasons, the same reasons. So it was awesome. And also on the day, because my flight was late on the day everyone left, I went to this sandwich spot called Bodega. I had the best breakfast sandwich of my life.
Oh.
And all I could think about was like, this should have been on the list of places to go. Because holy crap, we went there when it was a nightclub at night,
right?
Which was called Shore House. I think that's what it was called.
Yeah.
It was Shore Club or Shore House, something like that. Huge deck in that place, but they have a sandwich spot called Bodega at the end of it. And oh my God. Oh my God. I like the perfect brunch spot. Like the whole place looks completely different because it was like families and dogs and all this stuff. The tables everywhere where we were all dancing and acting foolish the night before. Yeah, it was full brunch spot and best sandwiches I've ever had. Like I was sad because we didn't go there. I mean, granted, we didn't know. None of us knew. But it was just like, man, when I was sitting there, I was like, do I have another day in Charleston so I can get lit up at brunch right now? Yeah.
That's the thing. I'd love to do Charleston with a smaller group, because that's one challenge that we didn't think was really manageable and coming from our standpoint, seems like it's a sin. We did not do brunch in Charleston because it would be too difficult to manage to get 16 people, first of all, for a brunch reservation. Second of all, even to get everybody like up and awake at the same time and ready to go somewhere. That's why we were able to coordinate dinner much easier, but brunch was just kind of a do your own thing type of thing. Oh, man, I'm glad you got there. That sounds amazing. One more shout out to Rudy Royale, the restaurant that we had dinner Saturday night. There was one moment of stress and chaos before the trip. We have dinner reservations for 16 people Saturday night. Find out that the place we had a reservation for on Wednesday, the day before we leave, had a fire, and they'll be closed all weekend. Cannot accommodate our group. Meanwhile, it's the busiest weekend of the year for Charleston because of this race that goes on, this 10K or 5K or whatever across the bridge. It's literally the busiest weekend of the year. We had no idea. So you're sure shit not getting a restaurant a reservation 3 days before for that many people. Impossible. But I made a call to Rudy Royale. They got us in one of their private rooms. The service was amazing. If you're ever going to Charleston, shout out, hit them up, Rudy Royale. They were awesome.
I love it. I love it. That is so awesome. What a time. Well, I want to give my time out here right now to just being busy. And like being busy is like, it's hard, man. I'll tell you, but it's a good thing, right? Because when you're busy, that means people want you to do stuff and people want to use you for things. And that is good. But my God, was I not ready for this week after your bachelor party? It was like any other week of the year, I would have managed this so much better. But it was just like, mainly because I have to always be on. Like, I'm not going to sit at a desk. I'm going to talk on camera. I'm going to yell at people. I'm going to speak at people, all these things, right? And it is really tough whenever, like, you don't know if your ears have completely popped yet on Tuesday. And this has just been a wild week of being pulled in different directions. Some things going on time, some things not being on time. All good things, it's whatever. But man, oh man, am I not ready for Coachella next week. I don't know how I'm going to be ready. I honestly am going to forget that you guys are coming. I just figure out your way of getting from the airport to my house. You're going to show up and be like, oh yeah, it's time. This is what we're doing. Or I'm going to be scrolling on Instagram. You guys will be posting from like some airport that you're stopped in. I'm going to be like, oh shit, we got to do something. So I am just been so busy and then just so slightly just off from the bachelor party and all that. But man, I can't wait. And also, side note, The Weeknd replacing Kanye West for Coachella. And we have to talk about that. So how you feel?
I love it. I love it. And look who's joining us, by the way, right in perfect time. He's set to join us here. There he is. There he is.
All right. Well, real quick, Dan, in one word, describe The Weeknd replacing Kanye at Coachella.
Ecstatic.
Amazing. Same. Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm hyped. Chris,
Honestly.
Perfect timing. Get it off your chest.
Let's go.
Oh my God. I don't even know, man. I guess I'm happy that I joined after the Coachella talk. I don't know what I would have had to say for that. Damn, I don't know. I figured I was going to be joining after this whole segment. So what is on the top of my mind right now? Don't drive 10 hours home after a bachelor party. Just don't do it.
Good advice.
Yeah. I was so tired after the third day of Dan's bachelor party, and then did the 3-hour drive to Charlotte to get the family. And then we did the 10-hour drive to Pittsburgh. But like the night before the 10-hour drive, we had like 3 hours in the middle of the night where the kids were up. You know, they were in a new house. They were like, you wake up in the middle of the night as like a 1.5-year-old and you don't know what room you're in. You get pretty freaked out. So I get it. But that was something. That was something. It seemed like a great idea on paper, but today is Wednesday and I'm still trying to recover from that drive. So don't do it. That's the best I could come up with on 10 seconds of spinning the wheels here in my brain. Hi, boys.
Chris, will you keep that in mind without getting into too many specifics? There's another opportunity to do something extremely similar in August. Does that change your mind on your initial plan about what is maybe a longer drive?
It doesn't matter. That's what we're doing. So, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I can figure out some situation where like, cause that bachelor party's in Chicago and maybe we can figure out something where like somebody comes down and meets us in Chicago and then takes them the rest of the, cause yeah, I mean, that one's a little bit different because that would be me going through the bachelor party destination and past it. You know what I mean? Whereas like this one was like, I continued down to the bachelor party destination. So I don't think it makes a lot of sense for me to go through it and then up and then back down, only to go up and then back down and through it again. That's a lot.
You're overthinking this. This is dumb. Here's why this is a dumb plan. And I get it, the whole family situation, but like Pittsburgh to Chicago is an insanely easy flight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Driving to Chicago is dumb unless that just makes no sense. Like I would rather fly her. I would rather fly her mom or whomever to you than you drive there, because that just makes no sense. It doesn't. It's just like you're putting yourself through torture. Like Charlotte's different. Like everyone had different situations going through flights, and that's a whole different situation. But like there's a flight leaving from Pittsburgh to Chicago like every 5 minutes. Like
this is really short. Yeah.
That's a good point. Maybe we and maybe the whole family flies to Chicago and then somebody picks them up and takes them to Milwaukee. I don't know. We'll figure it out. That's a good point. But I need to mentally recover before I can start thinking about more logistics.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, you and I are both of our get it off our chest are basically the same thing. Like I was like Tuesday, I didn't know if my ears were popped yet. So TV's really loud in the house. So it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, man. It was but nice work, Dan. That was a great time.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks both you boys. It was we touched on it just a little bit, but it was just worth the recovery period. That's for sure. Worth it.
All right, well, let's get into the main menu right now. Fast food robots. Dan, you brought this in to the brunch breakdown. Tell us about it.
So this is in New Jersey. There's a shopping mall in New Jersey that's installed what they call a Robo Burger vending machine. It's a 12 square foot box that has a robotic chef that'll cook and serve a hot, fresh, not pre-cooked. They emphasize not pre-cooked hamburger in 6 minutes. It has a built-in refrigerator, automated griddle, and a self-cleaning system. It operates 24/7. And the reason they're saying this is the future is that it never takes a sick day and it doesn't ask for a pay increase is what the big promotional part of it from the company that makes this Robo Burger. So it's the first of its kind. They expect to be spreading into more locations. It's pretty unique. What was the first thing that came to your boy's mind when you thought, when I told you about the Robo Burger vending machine?
My first thought is like, wherever you are in the country, there is within 5 minutes a McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, any of them. So like, I get the novelty of like getting a burger at a vending machine is cool, but like, where was the demand for this? We are not in like a situation in our country where we are having trouble getting access to burgers.
They say, now here's the thing. I think it's just like super delayed. Their like emphasis was like no human contact. So you don't have to worry about somebody making it, interacting with somebody. Like this would have been terrific 2 years ago.
Yeah,
we're really not worried about it as much anymore. It's like 2 years ago, they're like, here's an idea. And then 2 years later, they're like, we're done. And everybody else is like, well, we're done. We don't need that. We're fine. We can go up to any place, any McDonald's, like you said, Chris. I think they thought it was going to be more in demand, in need. And I don't know. It's more of a novelty thing at this point, I think.
I look at this and I'm like, man, they still unplug. So if people need the jobs, they still have somebody's going to kick that thing out of there and be like, oh, sorry, you need somebody to work. Like that's the only problem with this robot thing. Cause I've seen something like this before. Cause I forget how much they cost, but the maintenance on it is like really cheap. It's like $1,000 a year or something like that. And that's the whole thing that people are like, this could change the whole restaurant industry. These things. No, they can still unplug. People will still just come through and be like, I need a job.
What does the robot look like? Like, do you get to see the robot doing it?
No, there's no like glass or anything. It's just a big touch
I'm
screen.
Picturing Zoltar, like Zoltar with the coin thing. And you get like, if you give me that would be fun. I'd do that more than once, probably,
What are those? is it the MIT robots or something, like whatever it is in Boston? They're always like they're always doing weird shit that makes you like terrified with what they're doing, jumping around and stuff. Like I want it to look like that. Like I want to see one of those things making burgers for me. I don't want it just to be like, oh yeah, we make burgers.
Yeah, it's just behind the scene. Yeah, it's a big touch screen to place your order, and then it delivers it to you in 6 minutes. And like we've seen, like obviously coffee vending machines have been around for a while. Dippin' Dots says vending machines now. Even cupcakes have vending machines now, but like food that needs prepared. This is like crazy. This is crazy to think that is this going to take off with, but you're like limited, right? There's only so much you can do. You can't be doing like fries back there. You can't be dropping shit into a fryer in a vending machine and being like, this is safe. This is fine. We can do this over and over again, nonstop. Like there's no way. You're like limited. Chicken's a different ball game too. You have different thicknesses. You get like one raw chicken. See you in court, baby. See you in court. So I don't know. I don't know how much further this thing can expand. It's like you said. And also, Chris, you're saying how close like a McDonald's and Wendy's. This thing is in a shopping mall. There's a freaking food court in there, I would imagine, that has like multiple places that has burger options. Like do it somewhere that doesn't have food right there. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I could see this at like a county fair, like, but they have food there too. What the hell? What am I talking about? There's food. We do not have a burger shortage, people. We had a pepperoni shortage for a while because Shaq was going crazy. Other than that, we're fine.
Would this work at like a large sporting event stadium? Would it like help cut back on lines for burgers and food? I mean, I don't think it's necessarily quicker. You're still waiting 6 minutes, so maybe not as much, but I'm trying to think in an environment where you need to speed things up where that's not there right there whenever you need it. It's just
stadium, anywhere. It's limited because it would be anywhere where there's thousands of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're going to Coachella next week. I would love for there to be just like mad burgers that people can just throw however much money in a slot, grab it out.
Right.
Because that robot's been making the burgers. You know what I mean? It's not, we're not waiting for somebody to make the burgers. So like, I feel like it would work in that situation. I feel like hot dogs could kind of do the same thing. If you can make a burger, you can make a hot dog easier. So like, but it would have to be just like football stadiums and festivals like that. Like, but definitely not county fairs, Chris. No. County fairs are all about the food. I don't want
funnel
a
cake
robot
right down the road.
Yeah, there's so many better options at a fair. I think I was just thinking because like in the movie Big, Zoltar is at a fair, and so now I'm like hooked on the Zoltar.
You just connected the dots too closely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
How about inside a movie theater, the theater itself, so you don't actually have to leave if you get hungry. If you need to go forget your popcorn, you don't want to go out and miss the movie, you just give me a little side spot where the aisle is to walk in, and you sit there and you get your little burger cooking while you're still being able to watch the movie.
Depends on how loud it is.
All right, we're gonna have to
imagine if like it ends up being,
yeah,
and
it's
then
like,
the minute you, and then if you're the guy that goes and gets a burger, you're that asshole in the movie theater for the rest of the movie.
And then it like announces your order. It's like, or 305, your order is now ready. Or 305. Right in the middle of the movie. A good silent part too.
Could you imagine like some tearful part of the movie? Like people were in there like sobbing over some sad rom-com or something. And all of a sudden
it's like, welcome to Robo Burger. What can I get you?
Dan, your bacon cheeseburger's ready. Dan.
We need to tweak the system a little bit. We just need to tweak the system. That could work though. That could work.
Yeah, I'm kind of in it now. I need that in church. If they have that in church, I'll go every week.
Right.
I'll do it every week just to cause the awkwardness. I just want the robot to start talking when the preacher's talking.
I love it. See that we need to be on the board of this company to help with these issues, iron them out, get them in the right places.
100
brunch breakdown.
100%. All right, Dan, brunch court. Let's go.
Oh boy, I've got some special items in brunch court for you guys today. We're a little overdue on brunch court, so we are certainly we've had some in the hopper. Let's just say that we've had a few in the hopper. Now let me share my screen here so you can actually see what I'm pulling up. We're going with our friends from Pepsi once again. We've had this a number of times now. This is the newest, latest, and greatest. It's an IHOP collaboration with Pepsi for maple syrup flavored cola. Can't wait to go to Daniel Dudley first because his eyes just lit up. Now, the plan right now is not to have a wide distribution of this product. It is based on they're doing the giveaway where you have to post a picture of your favorite pancakes with Pepsi. They're going to have 2,000 winners. But I would think, depending on how they've done this before with the contest, and then they end up distributing it widely. So it could be available to the public everywhere. But this contest is going on right now. Pepsi and IHOP maple syrup flavored cola. I got to go to Daniel Dudley first. You seem drawn into this one.
I'm all for it.
Really?
I feel like maple makes everything taste better. Just does. Maple syrup just makes things taste better. I love maple syrup.
You think that flavor would come out well enough in Pepsi?
Well, because pop is syrup.
Right. So is it like too close?
Well, all right. Now you got me worried. I guess maybe it won't taste right. I guess how much syrup you put in there. I don't know how much of the regular syrup you replace with that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But to me, on the surface, it sounds like it tastes good. But now I'm scared because is it too much syrup? Is it too much sugar going on?
Too sweet, yeah.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks.
Sorry,
I was having so much fun with that.
Chris, bring him down a little bit further. I know you hate this idea.
This just sounds way too sweet for me. But that doesn't mean I reject it as an idea, because I think a lot of people would probably like this. And I feel like I can see it working. Like the people at Pepsi aren't stupid, right? They're not going to overload it with syrup to the point where you can't stomach more than a few sips. So I feel like it's probably very lightly mapley and almost like kind of that, like you breathe out a little bit of maple, but it's not overpowering. So
like a stout.
I bet you it would work for, a nice Pepsi stout. I think this would work for people who have the palate for it.
Okay, now that's a good point. The like maple aftertaste, almost like, just like in a stout. So that could work. And you're right. We thought the mango Pepsi idea was just absolute lunatics, and I had it and it was good. It was freaking good. Oh, remember?
I just remembered I tried that at the bachelor party.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I think Pete got some of it or something. Somebody had it. And I tried a little bit and was surprised. I thought it was quite good.
Yeah.
Look at that. Surprisingly good. Yeah. So they've done stuff like that before and it's worked out. This isn't as far off as that. This is also for like lunatics that drink Pepsi is first thing in the morning. Like, I don't drink coffee. I drink Pepsi. It's like, well, now it tastes like breakfast. So this is for that crew. So this is kind of a pass, kind of a not guilty.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one is, for me, no one is guilty here at all. I am all for this. Shouts to IHOP.
Yeah, and IHOP, like you can't go wrong, right?
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with IHOP. All right. Next item up, we've got 3 here today. This one, a little bit crazier. Old Bay. This is not a joke. None of these are April Fool's jokes, by the way. Old Bay.
Sure? Are you sure this is April? Are you sure?
I checked. I did. I checked. I absolutely checked. I thought
I don't want to be out here looking like Stephen A. Smith, who did something real stupid this week.
What does it say about the product when you see it, have to make sure you have to double check and verify it's not a joke?
That is not a joke.
I don't believe this is not an April Fool's joke, Dan. I don't. I refuse to believe that someone thought this. No. And I love Old Bay. And listen, I love vodka. I don't know. No.
Yes. So Old Bay flavored vodka. Easy for me to say. So it's a collaboration with McCormick and George's Beverage Company. So it is a limited distribution available right now only in Maryland and Delaware. and they say it's best for Bloody Marys, which makes sense, right? Absolutely makes sense. That's probably the only thing it makes sense for. But there are also recipes that says it's good for, they have a lemonade recipe, a ginger ale, a vodka seltzer, margarita, and a grapefruit soda, all with Old Bay flavored vodka. It's got to be like light, right? It's got to be light. I mean, I love me some Old Bay, and I, vodka and I, we're friends most of the time. We were friends this weekend, so teaming them up though, I don't know. Could you see this? This could work. I don't like Bloody Marys, but this makes sense for that. Didi looks like he's about to throw up.
Dude, seriously.
This is a no.
All right, guilty as charged.
That's terrible. Just and also just seeing that just makes me think about everything we did over the past weekend, and I don't want to see a bottle of vodka, and I definitely don't want to think about Old Bay being in my drink. What?
I hate to break it to you, but our next item up, our last item in brunch court, is just going to make things worse. If you don't want to think about anything you had this weekend, this I honestly thought was a April Fool's joke prank.
What on earth
It
am I
is
looking
not.
at?
So let me describe what this is. These are Miller Lite beer drops. Okay. I'll give you what the description is, or how Miller Lite describes it. They say on their website, quote, whether your friend ordered you the wrong beer or you find yourself without an actual Miller Lite in hand, the brand is making it possible for beer lovers in a bind to add more beer taste when Miller Lite isn't available. Beer Drops, Miller Lite's liquid enhancer, graces other light beers with the irreplaceable taste of a fine Pilsner. Simply squeeze your beer drops into 12 ounces of beer, take a sip, and enjoy more beer taste. These were released for National Beer Day, which is tomorrow. It's actually the day we're releasing this, April 7th. So sorry, we canceled Brews Day. And they went on sale this morning, the day we're recording this, and are going to go on sale again. They sold out right away. They're selling them for $4.07 because of the date, 4/07. And Miller Lite beer drops are a real thing, gentlemen.
So I guess this is like a gimmick. It's like Mio, but for beer. But
Yeah.
the difference is like you put Mio in water, and water was previously tasteless before you put the Mio into it. I don't understand how this would ever taste good.
So yeah, they in fact mentioned like you're not supposed to add this to water, that you're supposed to add it to other light beers to make them taste like Miller Lite. It does not contain alcohol. You still have to be 21 or older to purchase it, but it does not contain alcohol. So you're supposed to put it in like Bud Light and Michelob Ultra or any of those other competitors' beers. If you want Coors Light, oh, for crying out loud, if someone handed me a Coors Light and a bottle of Miller Lite beer drops, I'd be like, hell yeah. Now I can have this. Now I can have this. It won't be good, but now I can have this. So it's supposed to just enhance another light beer to make it taste more like Miller Lite.
Ah, man, nothing like sitting on the beach and drinking a Corona and thinking, I really wish this tasted like Miller Lite.
Right.
I need to know who is drinking any beer, and this is no beer shade to anyone, is thinking that I want my beer to taste like another beer. Like if someone at the party has Keystone and you're like, I'm going to drink it. And you're like, you know what? Boop, boop. Let me put some Miller Lite in here because I love Miller Lite. What? Who asked for this?
I have no idea. It can't work well with every beer type, right? It can't. And how much, like with the flavor, I feel like the flavors could clash with some beers. Like it seems like a fun idea, but like the how you execute this and the fact that it's just who's doing it.
Yeah.
Who's doing it? I need to try. I need to get on the website again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. See if I can get I'll use it once and regret it. But for the pod, for content purposes, ruin a Bruised Day episode by making something taste more like Miller Lite. Absolutely.
I need you to put this in in some like delicious beer that you're drinking, because that's what you have to do.
Right.
You have to basically ruin a beer with Miller Lite Drops.
It's like, what would you rather do? Add a glass of water to your beer or add Miller Lite Drops?
Oh,
these are real. These are absolutely real.
I'm dying.
So we've never had an item like this on Brunch Court before. Extremely unique. Guilty as charged, I think. Miller Lite beer drops. Guilty as charged.
Wow. I'm impressed.
And that was Brunch Court, boys. A lot of unique ones. I had to save that the best for last.
I love it. All right. Well, boys, in this bite-sized brunch episode that we've got going on.
I love that.
I know. Bite-sized brunch. Bite-sized brunch today. Yeah. Blame me for all the issues today. I had a momentary freak out in the middle of the day. Yeah. Anyways, that's what happens. Dan's bachelor party. Maybe Dan's bachelor party wasn't that good. Because the way Chris is
that's
talking,
why it was that good, because it
affected
maybe you into Wednesday.
Maybe that's what like 25-year-old me would say. Oh, it was so great. I couldn't remember shit the next week. But I don't know, man. Older me is like, I don't know. Maybe I'm like, that wasn't good. That wasn't fun. How you feel about that, Chris? You thinking maybe it wasn't fun?
I can't be mad at the party because I went to the party.
Okay. All right.
Fair.
You could have said no.
That's good. All right. That makes sense. Well, let's get into what we're listening to. Dan, what's going on? What are you listening to?
Oh, my girl, Blue to Tiger, got a new single she just released this past week called Hot Crush Lover. The bass player turned singer-songwriter who we featured a few times before is just putting out great song after great song after great song in a very early stage of her career. I cannot wait to hear more. I cannot wait to eventually hear her live. It's going to be fantastic. If you don't know by now, you need to know. Blue to Tiger, she's the real deal. And check out Hot Crush Lover.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with a song that I am not sure if I like it or not.
Ooh.
But it is Weatherman by Eddie Benjamin. That song is all over the radio. And I have heard it 100 times. And I have no idea if I hate this song or if I love this song. It's definitely not in between. So I really need you guys to listen to it and see how you guys feel about it. Because that song it's something. I'm just not sure what yet.
Interesting. Okay. We'll help you out.
All right. Please.
My first one is a band called Highwire. I just discovered them yesterday. I thought it was a new song, and I legit thought that new song to me. I thought that it was Kenny from the Starting Line. Like I was like, oh shit, did he like start a new project? And he didn't. It's not him at all. But it's the band called Highwire. They're from Chicago. I really dig their sound. I mean, I'm a huge Starting Line fan, so when I hear anything that reminds me of that, I'm a big fan. So I've been listening to their EP, Find Me Here, Part 1. I haven't decided what song I'm going to put on the playlist yet, but always fun to find a new artist. So that's my first pick.
I like it.
Very nice. Next one up for me is, I love me some collabs, right? And here's one right here for you. A group by the name of Voila, and a group we're more familiar with named Hey Violet, teamed up for a song called Imaginary Friends. And it's just a great song to get you in the mood for like warmer weather and spring and eventually summer. It's just like gets you feeling into that. It's like half the song is definitely a summer song. You kind of get those vibes. And it's like this, it's a great collaboration with these two different styles where you have like more pop rock with Hey Violet and a little bit more heavier rock from the boys of Voila. So I think this is a great collaboration. Voila, Hey Violet, Imaginary Friends.
Put Hoodie on the playlist for fun. Hey Violet. That
Absolutely.
first album is so freaking good.
Yeah.
So good. All right. The next one is Jensen McCrae. New artist, not Tate McRae, not related to Tate McRae. At least I don't think so. But anyways, she is a singer-songwriter, and I feel like a lot of people are gonna like this. It's a song called Adam's Ribs, and then you're probably gonna go on a nice wormhole for this artist because I really like her. And like Chris said, it's always cool finding a new artist. And because I thought this was like somebody I had heard before. I didn't know who I thought it was, but it's a really good song. So Adam's Ribs, Jensen McCrae.
Nice. My next one is from Real Friends. They released an acoustic version of Tell Me You're Sorry, which is one of the bigger tracks from the latest album that they put out. And this is the first song with the new front man of Real Friends, not Dan Lambton, that I've said like, okay, I'm fully into this. To hear him sing this track acoustically and just like hear his vocal range, I was like, yeah, this is going to work long term. So Tell Me You're Sorry. Put it on the playlist.
Nice.
Great. Back over to me, huh? Around 3.
Oh yeah.
Now I've held this one off because I've waited to see if Chris was going to put this song on the playlist. Olivia O'Brien. Chris, is she on your list?
You son of a bitch, Dan.
Is she on your list? You don't
That's
have
my
this?
next one.
It's
okay. I actually had it. Wait. Yeah,
I was going to say I have a backup.
Yeah, because I
I
want
do
Chris
too.
to talk about Olivia O'Brien. So
Yeah, okay. That's why I waited.
Sorry.
I want to make sure. Yes, if that is, if that's your song, then certainly I'll go to my backup. Lights. I've been a big fan of Lights for a long time. You might be from just lights and electricity. I love
Same.
me some light bulbs.
Same.
Natural light, warm, that
Ring
cool
light.
yeah. The artist Lights. You might be more familiar with some of her from some of her older stuff. But she recently put out her album PEP, and I'm gonna put the song Okay on the list. That's what it's called. Okay. It's a really fun album. She's kind of gotten a little bit more in the EDM side of things than just like regular pop sound. But it's really well produced. Lights. Okay.
all right. And this next one is going to be, I promise you, when you listen to the song, you'll be like, where's the rest of it? Because that's how I was after I played it like 100 times on the way to like San Diego a couple weeks ago. But anyways, it's called Running with the Angels. Brittany Howard, right? And this rapper named Tia P came together to put a song for the LA Angels, which is the women's soccer team that is coming here, owned by a bunch of different celebrities and whatnot. And this song is incredible. Like it's literally incredible. But the problem is it's like 1 minute and 59 seconds long.
Oh man, that's a jingle.
Dude, it's because it's the hype track for this team. And there's videos made for it. There's all these interviews made for it, whatever. And it was just like, but the song's 2 minutes. And I don't know if they know how good this song is because it's incredible. I listened to it 100 times. Like, I swear, it's amazing. Running with the Angels, Brittany Howard, Tia P. Check it
So they're
out.
called the Los Angeles Angels?
Yes. No.
How is that allowed?
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not the Angels. Or they're FC something, Angels, FC or something like that. But they got something to do with Angels in the name.
Seems like that's
Seems
taken.
like
Seems like a copyright issue.
there's a conflict of interest.
They're the
there. I don't
Anaheim
know.
Angels of LA. That's what they are.
Angel City FC is the name.
Okay.
Angel City
I dig
FC.
I dig
That's
that.
it. All right. My bad. I messed up.
All right, Chris, get to these bitches.
Chris,
Let's go.
let's go. Main event.
She put out a song called Bitches these days. Come on, just listen. Okay. Just listen to the song. I'm so happy. Also,
It's phenomenal.
Can I put my additional song on? Yeah, it's unbelievable. And I don't know if we put this on the playlist, but have we put Thinking with My Dick on the playlist? Juicy J.
Don't think so.
That song,
I don't think so.
that song blew up on TikTok.
Yeah.
And like it's been stuck in my head for 2 weeks. So we're gonna put that on there as well.
Bitches and dicks. Way to round it out.
What a combo.
Oh my God. Olivia O'Brien and Juicy J rounded out. I like it.
Amazing.
I like it. Well, boys, this has been a bite-sized, slightly still hungover from Dan's bachelor party brunch. Long title. It's a Fall Out Boy album. What can you do?
Right.
Any final thoughts? Chris, any final thoughts?
I don't think so.
That's what's up. Dan, any
Fair.
final thoughts?
Fair. I feel great. I feel great, but it's got a very brief window, and then we've got Coachella coming up. So get the Robo Burgers ready. I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna need them and eat them. That's all.
Olivia O'Brien at Coachella. We're gonna send you a lot of sloppy video of her.
We're gonna hear that song live. Oh yes.
Just FaceTime me. When
Yes, that's 1000%. That's absolutely what we're doing.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, that's been the brunch breakdown. We're out.